Good morning and welcome all of our amazing YouTubers. I am happy to say that today, as we get to record our podcast, we get to look at our Christmas tree. It's right next to our camera. And so it's making me really happy. And it's still kind of dark outside because we're recording very early this morning.
Oh my gosh, it's so early.
As you can tell by Thomas's eyes. Right?
And this is the difference in our personality in the morning. Like, I just want to slowly get the day started. It takes a while for these wrinkles in my eyes to open up. And then Miss Chipper over here had one drink of coffee and was already...
I actually haven't really had a drink of coffee.
Okay, see? So don't even need coffee, just ready to go.
But it's ready. So I'm going to have some coffee today. But we're glad that you've joined us today. We are like, 3-4 weeks from Christmas? How many weeks are we from Christmas?
Less than 3 now.
3.5. Yeah, because it's on a Sunday. Today's a Wednesday.
2.5.
We're 2.5?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's coming. But we're up early because we got a guy coming at 8:30 to fix the garage door or something.
Yes, which is going to be fabulous.
So we had to make sure we're done with everything by 8 o'clock. So it's an early start.
Yeah. But we're doing great, aren't we, babe?
But yeah, the Christmas tree is lighting up the night sky. So
The lights are bright in our eyes this morning, though.
They are bright this morning because it's so dark out.
Yeah, but we're good. We're ready to go. And I can't even remember what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, dreams.
Yes, I wish I was still in bed dreaming.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
I heard that somewhere. Mm-hmm. I think I made that up. That's my saying.
Yes.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep, which is what I wish I was right now.
Yes. We wish you were sleeping too.
I look like I'm still sleeping. It's like these eyes do not want to open.
Yeah, those eyes are not good in the morning. You're like glazed over. There's some like bloodshot redness. They're barely open.
There's no telling what I'm going to say on today's episode. If I say anything, you might literally just talk the entire time.
Yeah, people are not going to like that.
Either that or it'll be like, this is the best episode ever.
I don't
Can we get that guy out of here?
I don't think that's going to happen, babe.
All right.
We need you. We're the team.
We are a team. So we hope you're ready for Christmas. If not,
Yes.
you've got a couple more weeks. So hop on it. The presents are mostly done. So we're ready to go.
Yeah. Yep, we're ready. All right.
We ready for this episode?
Start us off, babe.
Are you ready for this episode? Are you awake? Awake, alive, alert, enthusiastic.
I am.
All right. Gather around, everybody. It's time for a family meeting. The Family Meeting is a show that's all about family relationships. We're the Osterkamps. I'm Thomas. This is my wife, Wide Awake.
Hello, and welcome to our family. Welcome to episode 115 of the Family Meeting podcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk about giving your children the permission to dream.
Now, we're excited about this episode, but before we jump into the episode for today, we want to encourage you to jump into our Facebook group because all December long, we are in a 31 Days to a Better Marriage challenge. Today's challenge is going to be posted in just a little while here, day number 7. So you said, well, you're already 7 days in. Why would I jump in? Well, because even if you just have, 7 minus 31,
No.
31 minus 7.
It's way too early for math. And you're good at math.
24 days to a better marriage challenge is better than 0 days to a better marriage challenge.
Whew.
So,
That was hard to listen to.
it's early. Like, people, it is so early. Sun is not even up yet.
Yeah.
And we've got people coming to the house at 8:30 to work on stuff that's falling apart.
Right. And well, here's the thing is we are always awake this early, but we are not usually recording a podcast this early. There's a difference between being awake and recording, trying to sound coherent. And I can't even put a sentence together. So this is going to be fun.
This will be an interesting episode because it's all about dreaming, and I wish I was still in bed dreaming.
Yes, but it's not about the kind of dreams that you have when you're asleep, although maybe that's where they come from. We're talking about giving your children the permission to dream. And sometimes this can be hard because you just want to be the dream crusher, and I am the dream crusher.
Some people naturally just dream. Like they're dreamers.
Their vision.
And other people are so based in reality.
That's me.
That they wouldn't know a dream if it walked up and hugged them for 30 seconds.
Is that our challenge today?
That is the challenge today.
Hug your spouse for 30 seconds. Listen, everybody after today who does this challenge is going to realize that 30 seconds is a pretty long time.
And to prove that, we're going to complete the challenge right here on the podcast. We're just going to hug for 30 seconds. Nobody's going to say anything.
I don't want to do that.
She never wants to hug me for
no, but
5
we're
seconds.
Like in chairs. It's going to be this awkward hug.
I know. I was only
kidding.
Throw
our backs out.
I was only kidding. I was not going to shut the audio off for 30 seconds.
Okay, good. All right, Thomas. I'm always bringing him back to reality. Thomas, what's a dream that you currently have? Like, what's your dream right now?
Currently have?
Yeah.
I have a couple. So
you always have many dreams.
My one dream is to someday have a shack on the beach.
Yes.
Like we're 10 minutes from the beach right now. I would love to get on the beach where I could just walk out to the beach. And all I need is a shack. I need a place to lay down. That's it.
You need a bathroom.
Well, the whole ocean is right there.
Ew, no.
So,
you need a bathroom if I'm going to be with you. Am I in this shack on the beach?
That's up to you. You might want to complete the challenge. 31 days to a better marriage. But, so I would love to live on the beach. My other dream is to see Beachside grow to a place where it's stable. And I have a big dream about property and what we can do with it for the community and those sorts of things. So I have dreams that are, for work, spiritual, my own life. I think it's good to have those things out there that you're shooting for and striving for and trying to make goals to see those things happen.
Okay. What's a dream that you had, but it came true?
A dream that I had but came true is marrying you. Marrying you and living in Florida.
And now you don't care if I live with you in your shack on the beach or not.
Well, we're still married, right?
I don't know. Are we still married in your dream?
Yeah.
But I may or may not live with you. This is weird, babe. Okay, so I'm a dream that you had that came true.
All right. What about you? Do you have any dreams right now? No, people, this is not the 30-second hug. This is her thinking if she has a dream or not. Like, if you have to think that hard, you don't have any dreams. You're not a dreamer.
I'm not a dreamer. You know what? I do have dreams. I would like to write more books, but I just can't make it happen right now with our schedule the way it is. That's a dream. That is a dream.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So that's probably it though. And a dream that I had that did come true was to write the one book, probably.
Yeah.
And then to have children and
not be married.
And be married to
yeah, you. Yeah. I noticed marriage wasn't in there. She's like, I always dreamed of having kids. That marriage part.
In a way, you were in my dreams because my dream was to have children and you were the way to do that. So.
Wow. I know it's early, but that one hurt. That might be the first snort on the podcast. 115 episodes in.
I'm so sorry.
They finally got to hear the snort because
I'm so sorry,
even you knew how brutal that was.
That was brutal. I was joking. No, you know that.
So we are stone's throw away from Disney World.
Yes, we are. Disney is all over down here, people.
And we're talking about dreaming. So I think being this close to Disney World, we need to talk about Walt Disney. And he said this, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.
That's a nice statement.
And I thought that was fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And for all of you who listen to the podcast but are not on the YouTube channel, you missed something really special. Tom is saying a dream is a wish your heart makes to all of our YouTubers.
Yeah, that's simply just for those who watch the video. They had to look at this really tired face this morning because we are starting early. So I just wanted to give them that something special, you know? Mm-hmm. So hop on the YouTube channel if you want to hear that.
Nope.
Because
nobody's getting on the YouTube channel.
I'm expecting that Disney is going to knock down this door any second now to sign me to a contract. And I'm going to be singing in one of their cartoons very soon.
I doubt it, but I love you.
Okay. But, going back to what Walt Disney said and thinking about that, it does take real courage to pursue your dreams. Because usually dreams take a lot of work. If they were easy, they wouldn't be dreams. And I am a dreamer.
Yes, you are.
And I want my girls to dream. I want them to believe they can accomplish anything they want to. And I often tell them that there's nothing you can't do. That they can do absolutely anything they want in the world. I often tell them that that they're going to change the world, that they can change the world. And I'd like to encourage them to dream. Yeah.
Now, I have a much more difficult time with this one. I'm not a dreamer, as you already saw. I don't really dream. One of my lifelong pursuits starting when I was quite young in my early teens was to be content. And I really just wanted to be content. I didn't want to always be chasing after the next thing or whatever.
Well, that's what we're commanded to be content.
Yes. But here's what I did is I took that desire for contentment and I thought that meant that if you dream, you're not content.
I can see why you would think that.
Yeah. In fact, I think it was maybe like 5 or 10 years ago that I read a devotional that changed my mind about that, because I really did, like, up until very, very recently, I believed that dreaming meant discontentment. So,
which is why you were trying to crush my dreams and make me content with my life.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to crush your dreams because I didn't think they'd come true. I'm such a horrible person on this episode. This is not my episode.
I love how she's like, on this episode.
Yeah. I don't always look great on the others either. But no, I am the dream crusher. That is what I get. Fun killer and dream crusher. I think those are my little nicknames in our family. Dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Because I don't dream myself. And I am an optimist, but I also I'm not a risk taker. So I a lot of times see dreams as risky. So I don't want to do that.
Yes, and that's why we talked about it does take courage.
It does take
courage to go after your dreams because it is a risk.
Exactly. Okay, so here's what happened in our family. Talking about kids and letting them dream. Okay. So Abigail started making jewelry with her Aunt Susan back in Iowa years ago, just for fun, like when they would have sleepovers. She started to really enjoy it. So then down here, she made, with her own money, she bought and then with her own time made all of the ladies in our church last Christmas a set of earrings in their favorite color.
That was one of the most thoughtful things.
I was so proud of her.
That was all her own idea, her own doing.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments where I was a proud dad.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, then our very good friends, Sam and Adrian's daughters, well, at that time, one daughter, was selling dog bandanas that the little dogs can wear on their collars, and they are so adorable. Kate's Creations. Go online, find them.
Seriously, go on Facebook. If you have a dog,
yes,
you have to. We have them for coconut.
We have them in several colors.
I was not a fan of normal, because you had tried some other bandanas that you tied around them or you clipped, but literally the collar goes through the bandana and holds it on, and
it's fabulous.
They're amazing, and she's doing a great job selling them.
She is. So they, as generous as they are, invited Abigail to sell her jewelry in the same booth. So it would cost Abigail nothing. It would just be like time with her friend and getting to try to sell this. And me not being a dreamer, I was kind of like, well, I mean, there's no risk in it, so we can do it, but it's probably nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
She did so great. She sold a lot of stuff. And then comes along Violet.
Violet hears about it.
Violet is the youngest. And well, Violet actually came with us. And in fact, I think all 4 girls came the first time.
Okay.
Just to get out of the house, do something. And Violet's like, Mom, what could I sell? And I'm like, oh gosh. At the time she was 11. And I'm like,
here we go.
Like, Abigail was very talented in jewelry making, and jewelry is something people want. There's a market for it. And I'm thinking, I don't remember if I said this to you in secret. I did not say this to Violet. But I said to Thomas, there's nothing Violet makes that anyone will want to buy. I'm such a bad mom. So terrible.
But so then she comes up with the idea. I don't know where she got it.
But somebody gave her perler beads for a birthday present.
Okay. Which, for those of you, I didn't know what perler beads were. They're the melty beads. You take the iron and you melt them together. Mm-hmm. And so she's talking about making stuff out of those and selling it.
Yeah.
And I honestly was like, I'm a dreamer, right? I'm a dreamer. But I'm also a realist, like looking at, for most things, there has to be a market for it.
Yes.
And so I'm like, there's not a market, there's not a high demand of people out there wanting to buy stuff made out of beads that you've melted together.
So my goal was to crush Violet's dream on this so that she wouldn't be, devastated or spend a lot of her own money to buy the more beads and then have, not sell any and have all that money lost.
I just wanted her to look at it logically.
Okay.
So I didn't want to crush her dreams, but I wanted her expectations to be
low.
Yeah. Reasonable.
So I'm basically telling this to Adrian, and Adrian's so wonderful. She goes, "No, just let her try. Just let her try." And I was like, I should just let her try. And then Adrian said, "What if you make him an ornament?" Because I'm thinking, what are people going to do with these melty bead things? And so she said, "Put a hook through him and make him an ornament." I was like, oh my gosh, there it is. That's brilliant. We bought a little Christmas tree to hang him on, to display. She turned all the melty beads she'd already made into ornaments. And you know what? She's killing it. Some days she makes more than you do, Thomas.
I know. Seriously. That's not hard to do some days, some weeks, but I'm like, show me how you're making these. I want to start making them.
You're not cute enough to sell the perler beads, baby.
Yeah.
She's
and that's
cute,
a big part of what it is.
Yeah.
Is she's so good with people that she draws them in and she gets them to buy into her.
Yeah.
And so she's done it though, but she had this idea. I want to sell something. I want to make money. And she came home after the one sale and had sold tons of stuff.
Almost sold completely out.
Made a good bit of money. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, "I'm so proud of you." I literally told her, I did not believe that anyone would buy those. But you believed, and you went out there and you sold them and you did it. And I am so proud of you for doing that.
Right. So the key from our story is don't be like us. Believe in your kids, believe in their dreams, and support their dreams and see what might happen because you just never know.
So encourage your kids to explore their interests and passions. I know our children's interests change all the time. Yeah. But somewhere along the way, they may find the interest or hobby that turns into a dream and then eventually into a reality. So as we allow them to explore different interests, no matter how fleeting they may be, our children can discover what they're good at and their unique talents and strengths. And go ahead and encourage their interest. Enjoy listening to their passions. Be present and observant as they talk about their dreams. Now, a friend of mine, Bobby, one of the things, he's very passionate about his kids and what they're interested in, but he kind of has a stipulation added to it.
Okay.
So if he's going to get invested in what they're interested in, he makes them kind of prove that that's a direction they want to go first.
Okay, great.
So they have certain tasks and certain things, milestones or whatever, that they have to hit.
I like that.
So that it's not, we're just dumping the money into this and then 2 weeks later we're dumping money into this thing. But no, he has them prove this is really what I want to go after. And I thought that was good.
And that's good life lessons too, because in real life, we don't just get something for free and then decide we don't like it and have no consequences for that.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to pay for the things that we, invest in. So I think that's really great.
But ask questions about what they're interested in. In these ways, we encourage their interest and show them love.
Yeah, and then that can really give them that permission to dream. You can remind your child that if they practice that interest or hobby, they can achieve what they're dreaming for. For instance, if your child wants to be a concert pianist, okay, so if any of your children came to you, Thomas, today and were like, "Daddy, I think I want to be a concert pianist," what would you say?
I'd be like, "Great, let's get the keyboard out and practice."
Yeah, and then they'd be like,
maybe I don't. I don't want to be a concert pianist.
We tried piano for all of our kids' piano lessons for many, many years.
They were very happy when we said they did not have to.
We said that they could choose whether or not they took lessons. They all said, "I'm done." But if your child wants that, they want to be the concert pianist. They want to rise to the top of the pianist game. Okay, you don't need to bring in the harsh reality of how many people actually attain that level of performance. Rather, you can share their dream. Okay. And I know that those of us who like to be based in reality, we want everyone else to be based in reality as well. We want to bring everybody down, back down to earth, back down to the harsh realities. And we don't have to do that. That isn't your job. It's not my job. Life will do that for them, right? So rather than being like that, share their dream. Wow, that would be so cool. Dream with them. Get into the dream. That would be amazing. What would it be like? Wow, great. Okay, for that dream to be realized, you'll probably need to practice every day. So now you're gonna share their dream. You're gonna be interested in it. You're gonna enjoy dreaming with them. But then you can bring in some reality of like, okay, to get toward that dream, start directing them and guiding them. You'll need to practice every day. Well, we'll need a great piano teacher. So we're gonna have to look for those things. And I love what Thomas said that Bobby does with having them hit some milestones before you actually invest monetarily or maybe even with your time in certain things. But share that dream, get on board with the vision. You never know what may happen in the end. You may end up with a concert pianist.
Yeah, and so it might be, hey, we're not hiring a piano teacher right now. But hey, if you get on there and you practice every single day, and with YouTube and all that right now, there's tons that you can do.
Yeah, they can prove.
Yeah, prove that this is really the direction you want to go, a dream you really want to invest in personally. And once they've invested personally in it, then I'm more willing to invest in it. Mm-hmm. And so you've got to show people, you've got to show us, hey, this is what I want to do.
Let me ask you a question, Thomas, as a dreamer. When you share a dream, like you share your dreams with me, do you enjoy it, and is it helpful to you when the person you're sharing your dreams with kind of get into the dream and share it too and dream along with you, like, oh, that would be cool. What if this happened, or this could be like, does that encourage you to continue to dream?
Oh, most definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I don't understand because I don't dream.
It's having somebody, take this journey with you versus all by yourself. And then it's not all by yourself. You're fighting off the people who are closest to you.
Yeah, right?
You could have the people closest to you also fighting against, because we already know, like if you're a dreamer, you already know everything's fighting against the dream happening. So it's a lot harder when you have the people closest to you. You have to fight them to make the dream a reality also. Yeah.
Now, early on in our marriage, Thomas really had to fight me for his dreams because I believed that I needed to bring him back to reality. It was quite a ways in that I realized he can dream. It doesn't mean he's going to like dump all our money into this thing or that thing. That's what I was really afraid of. I was afraid that with your dreams, you would make poor financial decisions, and then we as a family would pay for it.
Yeah.
But once I realized like, oh, he's just dreaming. It's okay. He's just dreaming. He's not going to, just like go into debt over this thing without talking to me first, at least.
Yeah.
And so then once I knew that I could trust you, I could let you dream. And life's been a lot more pleasant since then, hasn't it?
Yeah. But I stopped sharing dreams with you.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
So then that part of that communication is not there.
Right.
So a part of your relationship is just not there.
Right. But now you do share your dreams again. And I don't know, when do you think it changed back to you trusting me with your dreams?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I think
remember.
Just slowly you started to realize like, oh, she's not going to just tell me this can never happen.
Yeah. She's not going to take that little, and this is the way I think of it.
Okay.
This little dream bubble, like you see on cartoons, with whatever happening inside the little thought bubble, the dream bubble. You would come along with your needle or machete or chainsaw and just pop it.
Wow. And I was your dream to marry. So sad. Your dreams are so sad.
Yeah. So like the dream came true, and then you were Freddy Krueger coming out. It was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. But as a parent, what we want to do is help kids believe they can accomplish their dreams if they work hard enough. Going back to what we talked about in the beginning, it takes courage to to go after your dreams and fulfill them, but it also takes hard work. Mm-hmm. Dreams don't just magically come true. A dream is born, and then the work begins. One of the dreams that I had, I'm too short for it because I'm not Muggsy Bogues, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not Spud Webb, right?
I know who Muggsy is. I don't know the potato guy.
Potato guy. Spud Webb. He played for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, I don't know him.
He was super small. He won the slam dunk contest, actually.
Okay. But when this dream started, though, you didn't know how tall you would be.
I didn't. I dreamt of being an NBA player.
Yeah, and that you were young enough that you could have continued to grow. And based on your stepdad, who was very tall, you probably thought you would grow. You just didn't know he was your stepdad.
But I worked on dribbling, shooting, and I dribbled my basketball everywhere. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. And work went into it, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I watched it. I played it. It was 24/7. Mm-hmm. And we need to teach our kids the value of perseverance and determination. Now, somewhere along the line, they might get a dose of reality like I did. Like, you're just not NBA material. That's okay. But it was, even just the pursuit of it was so good for a lot of other areas of my life. And so explain to them that they have to learn to accept that they may fail. And that's okay. Maybe they're going to fail many times. I forget what it is. What did they say about Edison? Oh. Failed 10,000. He learned 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb or something. I forget what it is.
Yeah, I don't know the number. I think that's too high, but yeah.
But no one becomes a pro sport athlete after one practice. Tell your kids that they can reach their goals if they work hard, persevere, and even if things get tough or don't go as planned, they can still succeed. We don't have to give up on any dream just because we fail. We just need to have determination, persevere, and never give up. Just work harder and keep trying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And another thing that we can do to help our kids to dream is lead by example. And we say this basically in every episode about parenting. The best way to teach is to model it. Lead by example. So if you want your kids to be kind, be kind. If you want your kids to have manners, use manners. So on and so forth, right? So we as parents must be allowed to dream. I am not good at this. I'm trying. I'm trying, and I'm trying to kind of make myself dream and come up with some dreams and then share those with my kids so that they will be dreamers. But share your dream with your child. What is your dream? Maybe share with them a dream that you had in the past that did end up coming true or that didn't. Talk about what you're doing to prepare for the dreams you have now. Tell them why you have this dream. Children learn from watching us, so let them see that you believe in your dreams. Let them see you working to accomplish your goals. And let me take this moment right here to kind of define the difference between dreams and goals, because I think a lot of times they get lumped together. So a dream is something that you would like to see happen or you would like to accomplish. A goal is something you're working toward right now. So sometimes we take our dreams and we move them from the dream category into the goal category, and we begin to actually put into play some of the things we need to do to get to that dream. So that's when they really become a goal. Sometimes they're just in that dream stage, right? So if you see, if your children see you setting and achieving goals that lead to fulfilling your dreams, they're going to grow up to do the same. So don't be afraid to dream and think outside the box. And I'm terrible at thinking outside the box too. I live inside the box. The walls are my friends. I like being inside the box. You are outside the box thinker.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good that we have both of us probably, but it seems better to be an outside the box thinker in my opinion. I don't know. But go ahead and try to think outside the box. And dreaming big doesn't mean you give up on small dreams either. It means you can maybe set some big dreams too. So you can have many dreams at once, and that's okay. But I would say, as far as pursuing dreams, you probably want to only move one dream into the goal category at a time. Would you say that that's accurate?
Well, I would word it a little differently. So you have your dreams, whatever they are, mm-hmm. and then you set goals to work to attain them.
Okay.
And of course, then based upon the goals, you start an action plan. So you could be working on as many dreams as you want to at a time, and you just have certain goals to pertain to accomplish that. Mm-hmm. So if I want to be a concert pianist, I might have a goal of learning a certain song by a certain day.
Okay.
So then I'm going to set an action plan. I'm going to practice this amount of time every morning, every afternoon. So you can be working on more than one at a time, in my opinion.
Okay. That makes sense to me too.
But one of the things I think about often, and I try to get our kids to understand also, is that we serve a God who does the impossible.
Yes.
He literally created everything out of nothing in 6 days. Mm-hmm. We have a Savior who took the small and did incredible things with them. I was just looking at this story with our men's leadership group a couple days ago, about where Jesus takes the loaves and the fish and he blesses it, and then he breaks it, and then he starts passing it out and feeding thousands of people with this. So we do want to foster that sort of belief that God can work, he can move, he can accomplish the impossible. And so, yes, that dream seems impossible out there, but it can happen.
Right.
Like, God is more than able to accomplish that thing in your life. And we can use stories like the feeding of the 5,000 to help our kids to see that. Mm-hmm. Like, it took work to get the thousands fed. They had their own work and their own responsibilities, divide them up into groups 50 and 100 and get them seated. And as Jesus broke it, he gave it to the disciples and they went and passed it out. So there was a plan and there was things that happened. Now, obviously, God had to show up and do his part. But hey, those things can happen, and that's the God that we serve. But in this process, you want to encourage your kids to have their voice. Let them talk about their dreams without shutting them down. Listen to them. Some kids won't just talk freely. You may have to pry it out of them. You may have to learn to ask some good questions that will get them talking about getting them talking about what their dream is. And when they answer, when they share, react correctly. Like, don't freak out or overreact, even when it's not what you would choose for your child. They don't really need to be, for the most part, they don't need to be brought harshly back down into reality about whatever it is. Like Lysandra said, life will do that. Allow your children to be who they are. And one way to teach kids to do this is to encourage creativity. Creativity activities bring out hidden desires in kids that will help them figure out what they are and what they want to be and do in life.
Yeah, and one of the best ways to encourage your children to be creative is to let them be bored. Let them be bored. That is rare in our society.
It is very rare now. People are afraid of being bored.
Yeah, isn't that funny? That's a really good way to put it. So I used to tell my mom when I was a kid, I'm bored. And she would say, great, go do the dishes.
Is that why you love doing the dishes now?
No, I love doing the dishes because my grandma Gladys.
You're like, it's my fun activity.
Is that how I sound?
It is this early in the morning.
But yeah, my mom would always give us chores if we said we were bored. So we were trained not to say we were bored. But you know what happened is we would go outside and play. Remember those days when children played
I remember
outside?
that. Yeah. I played outside.
I played
a
outside
lot.
too. I grew up in a small little town and it was very safe and very quiet. And the neighborhood kids and we would just like go out and we would go down to the creek and we would build a fort out of tree limbs. And this is so terrifying. Oh my gosh, I just had this come to me. We built this fort. We found a cup. And we filled the cup with stream water and we all took drinks out of this cup.
No, there's no way you drank that water.
Yeah, we totally did. I didn't remember that until this very moment.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Bethany, that was you and me. Do you remember
Who
that
knows
cup
what
we
kind of
found? I wonder
parasites
if
you
she
could have
remembers
gotten.
that. We built this fort by the stream and then we had a cup and we like pretended we were in the military.
There are
or
so many parasites and diseases you could have got.
I'm alive. That's all I can say. But yeah, we went out and we used creativity, right? And sometimes it's like, that's what we need to let our kids do. Be bored and they'll make their own fun. And my parents were not worried about me being entertained. My parents never entertained me. Did yours?
No.
Did they care if you were entertained?
No.
No, mine either. I used to personally lock my children outside in the backyard and make them play.
Yeah.
They did not want.
Was
we
it
had a fence.
Was it episode 100 that we were talking about this?
Yes, that they were like, "Mom, you used to lock us outside. It was the most horrible thing."
Even
in
when
the
it was
entire
cold
world.
outside or hot
Yes.
outside.
Yeah, they were dying in Iowa in the summer. Come on, kids. But listen, I did that because they wouldn't do any, like they just wanted to watch TV in the summer. You know, they wanted to just lay around or whatever. I wanted them to go out there and like dream and imagine and everything like I did when I was a kid. So I'd lock them outside. And then I would open the window. We took the screen out and I would open the window and I would pass their plates through the thing and we'd pretend like I was a restaurant.
That's right. Yeah.
Remember they would order their food and I would be like, yes, on the menu today is macaroni and cheese and hot dogs and carrots. You have to have carrots. Whatever it was. But yeah, that was pretty fun. They liked that. But, it's okay to make your children be bored and to allow them to just come up with their own fun.
So I feel like I need to say this for some parents out there. We're not telling you to lock your kids outside any time of the year.
Unless they need it.
No. Please don't do that.
We had a fence. I was watching them from inside. Okay. Is there anything else I need to say to like
I
not get in trouble on this?
I just want to make sure people out there know, do not lock your kids outside, okay?
Okay. So listen, don't rush to fill every moment of every day with activity or undivided attention and all this entertainment. Being bored leads to creativity, so let your kids be bored. A child who nurtures creativity and stuff will come up with new and interesting solutions to an old problem. Allow your kids to be bored every single day. They need downtime.
And we used to go outside and we had our G.I. Joes and stuff, and we'd take them outside and just have these huge battles and whatever else all over the place.
Right.
It was fun.
It's good.
Get out there and do something. In the real world, we were playing Fortnite before there ever was a Fortnite. It was just with our G.I. Joes.
Is Fortnite the last man standing concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
But something we want to do with our kids, make a bucket list.
Yeah, we haven't done this. Do you have a bucket list?
I have a few things on my bucket list.
Do you have a list written down or is this in your mind?
It's in my mind.
Okay, I don't have a bucket list at all. I would like to maybe make one.
So, going to Hawaii, a lot of mine has to do with travel, seeing things in whatever. I want to go to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. It's the last state I need to get to. Plus, I want to hike a volcano and go to the beach the same day. So
Me
I
too.
think that'd be fun.
Yeah, Lord willing, someday.
Iceland's on the list. Places I want to go. Israel. Want to go there. So there's some things on my bucket list. I want to go back to Philadelphia and have a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
You've done that twice and it's still on your bucket list?
Yeah, third time's a charm.
Oh my goodness.
Basically, as soon as I'm done eating that sandwich, whenever I get it, it goes right back on the list. I'm like,
Okay.
I got to do this again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So a lot of mine have to do with going somewhere or eating something.
Okay.
What about you? Do you have anything on the list?
Well,
you
I
would
don't
add
even
to
have a
it?
bucket list.
You don't have a list, but if you had a list right now, what's something you would put on it?
Well, Hawaii would be on mine as well because I've been to all the other
Always
states.
piggybacking off of my stuff.
Well, I'm the one who needed Hawaii before you did, so.
Just so you know, when we get to Hawaii, I'm getting off the plane first.
So you can hit all the 50 states before me?
50.
Fine, whatever. Okay. Jeepers. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm not a dreamer. I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
You'll have to help me.
But a great way to give your kids permission to dream is to make a bucket list together and just discuss all the things they would like to accomplish, see, experience, and do. And you put it in the bucket. And then you make a list of everything in the bucket.
That's what a bucket list is? The idea is like you pull something out of the bucket?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What did you think a bucket list was? This should be fun.
I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think of like a bucket with ideas in it that you pull out. That makes sense.
Why did you think it was called a bucket list?
I had no idea. I thought it was a really weird term for a list of things you wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So for those of you who are listening to the podcast, this often happens where whatever something is called, Lysandra just takes it as that's what it's called and doesn't give any thought to why it's called that.
I pictured like a bucket that somebody wrote on with a Sharpie marker on the side of the bucket. Like that's what I pictured.
Yeah, and that's everything inside the bucket.
Yeah, okay. Now I get it.
So this happens often where she has these epiphanies. It's actually very fun to watch. Where it's like, oh, what?
All right.
You can rewind a minute and go hear the response again, because it happens a lot around here.
All right, moving on.
So make a bucket list for the current month, one for the year, and one long-term life bucket list. And make sure to include not only exciting, out-of-reach dreams, but also small dreams that can be accomplished within the week. Then as small dreams are accomplished, they will have more motivation to shoot for those bigger dreams.
Yeah, I think that's really true. When you achieve a small dream, then you're like, okay, we can do this. We can do other things.
It's like the snowball effect, right? It starts out small, but as it rolls downhill, it picks up steam, it grows.
That's right. So
it can destroy bigger things.
Very good. Very destructive. Be sure to celebrate those small victories along the way, though. And another thing that you can do as you're helping your kids to dream is offer guidance without control. So this is hard for me because I'm a control freak. But, don't force your dreams on them. Allow them to have their own dreams.
So you talked about encouraging giving guidance without taking control. Let's jump back to Violet with her perler beads.
Yes.
And can you kind of use that illustration, maybe talk through it a little bit and help people to understand what it is you're talking about?
Absolutely, because that's a perfect illustration for it, because I definitely wanted to take control of that project of hers. I mean, I didn't really have time to do it, but I wanted to dictate everything about it. So like, don't make this one, make this one. Don't make it in that color, make it in that color. So that's the kind of control freak that I am. So what I tried to do was, of course, not take control, but rather give some ideas. So, for instance, I would, if I saw something online, like we started looking up, okay, what can you make out of perler beads and everything?
I wasn't even looking for it and it was showing up. I had somebody, one of my Facebook friends, and if it's you, feel free to reach out. One of my Facebook friends made a post, his wife was making stuff with these beads, and she created Bob Ross and then separately one of his paintings. And I remember taking a screenshot of that and sending it to Violet.
That's the kind of stuff I did. So when I saw like Mario and Luigi, I'm like, oh, if you make both of these, there's a good chance you'll sell both of them. So you'll sell like two rather than one because people will want to buy the set.
Yeah.
And I encouraged her to do Star Wars. I'm so sorry. I can't talk right now.
Your voice is not awake.
No, it's not. I encouraged her to do like all the Star Wars people. And then she also made lightsabers into keychains. And those were really good. Those sold really well. And then what was the other thing? Just things like that. Like trying to encourage her like, oh, what if you made this? And then I also would try to encourage her, for instance, like, hey, if you make smaller ones, you're using less product, so you're spending less money, but you're going to make the same amount of money because all of your ornaments are $1. So trying to guide her like that, but I didn't tell her, you can't make big ornaments. You can't make this or you can't make that. So just trying to give some guidance and not only just the guidance, but the reasons why. So why do I think you should make a set? Why do I think you should make smaller ones instead of giant ones? And all of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. But it may be good to think about like, how are you guiding them? Are you taking over and taking control or forcing your dreams on them? Are you feeling like you know better than they do? And I mean, you and I thought that we knew better than Violet because we didn't think they would sell, and they did. So sometimes we're wrong, you guys. Parents, sometimes you're wrong. It's good to know
We are
that.
wrong. And I was wrong.
Yeah,
The thing
I was wrong too.
I didn't factor in Violet.
Yeah.
I left Violet out of the equation in the fact that she just naturally, with her personality, draws people in.
She's a people person. She knows how to sell. Like, she'll probably be very good at sales in some respect. Like and that's the other thing, like whatever your kids' dreams are, it's their dream and it's about them, and like their personality will come into play. So keep that in mind.
And passion makes up for a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, even if something shouldn't work, if somebody's very passionate about it, you know, and has that drive and that desire, they can be the small percentage that accomplishes whatever it is, because of the passion and the motivation and the drive makes up for it, where a lot of people fail.
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't expect perfection. No one's perfect. I'm as close as it gets.
Yeah, you sure are.
Pretty close. But I recognize I'm not perfect. There is just that small... If
Stop it.
I think if maybe I had a few less wrinkles and a little more hair, I would be perfect. So...
I think you're perfect just the way you are.
Oh, yeah. You're just trying to make up for all the bad stuff you said earlier.
I did say a lot of bad stuff about you. But in my defense, I had to, because I'm coming off looking real bad today. So the only way to make me look better is to put you down.
And
Do you not know this system?
That just makes you look worse. Because people know when you attack perfection, it's just you.
Ah, that's true.
So
my plan is flawed.
We can't expect perfection.
Right.
And really just think about it for a second. Are you trying to raise a perfect person? Or are you trying to raise a loving, happy, well-rounded member of society? Somebody who can contribute, somebody who can change the world. Trying to achieve perfection just sucks the fun out of life and the life out of your kids. Mm-hmm. So giving your kids permission to dream isn't about becoming perfect at all their dreams, but trying and learning and growing. And to be honest, mostly what we've learned through failure.
Yeah, it's a good teacher. Allow your kids to dream with them. Support their dreams no matter how odd they seem to you, no matter how crazy their dream. Dreaming is a good thing. So dream together.
Yeah, and so now I'm dreaming of Violet having a Perler Bead empire. Mm-hmm. See,
buying you a beach shack.
Exactly, and that's what I'm going to say, is their dream could end up fulfilling my dream. Mm. And if she does well enough, I will put a bathroom in there, in that shack.
Thank you so much.
And not make you use the ocean.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But I want to think about our family meeting tonight, and just have a meeting and just talk about dreams. And each family can go around and share a dream you currently have, and just dream about the future. And we've done this before with our kids. Like, hey, what if you could have like your dream house? What kind of house would you have, and where would it be? And you know, just those things.
Let me tell you what Isabella asked me the other day in the car. She said, Mom, if you could dream and have any car you wanted, any car at all, what car would you choose? And we're driving down the road in our minivan, and I was like, a Honda Odyssey minivan. And she's like, Mom, no, that's terrible. Because like I'm driving my dream right now. I love my Honda Odyssey. I want it for the rest of my life.
You said the same thing about your Camry. Toyota Camry when you had it too.
Oh yeah,
that was your dream car.
See, but that's just it. Like striving for contentment. Everything that you have is your dream fulfilled.
Yeah. Did she say what her dream car was?
Yes, she did, but I couldn't repeat it because I can't repeat car names. Like it's like Ferrari, Mitsubishi. It's something big, something weird. I can't remember. What's some more cars?
There's lots of cars.
I can't remember what
Maserati?
she said. Oh, no, but that's another one. No, she said, I think that she said a couple, but one was a Jeep too.
Yes, she does want a Jeep. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but that just came up. That just came into my mind.
Yeah. So, but spend some time just talking about your dreams. It could be like, hey, if you could live anywhere in the world, like where would you want to live? You could go see anything in the world. What would you like to see? Mm-hmm. You could accomplish. Just say there's no boundaries. And whatever you wanted to accomplish, you could accomplish. What would it be? And just get them to think outside the small little world where they live, great things are done by people who have big dreams. Mm-hmm. No great thing is accomplished by somebody who thinks small. You have to have these dreams, the dreaming of the impossible. All the great things that we enjoy in life were somebody's dream. They just thought about, hey, what if we could walk over and just flip a switch and have lights? What if we didn't have to walk down to the well or the river or the creek to get water? What if we could just flip a little thing in our house and have water all the time? Here's one. What if we didn't have to walk outside in the snow or walk down to the ocean out of our shack to use the bathroom? What if there was a place in the house? So
I'm thankful for a lot of people who dreamt.
They dream, and great things are accomplished because of dreams. And so we want to foster that in our kids. Mm-hmm. We want our kids. I want my kids to change the world for the better. So get them dreaming and discuss how you can support them in achieving it. Okay, you want to visit Hawaii someday. Well, it is expensive to go to Hawaii. So that means you're going to have to start saving some money. Mm-hmm. In order to save money, you're going to have to work and you're going to have to budget. You're going to have to so once again, we've already talked about it. You take the dream, seeing Hawaii. All right, then we have a goal. It's going to cost roughly, and you can figure out how much it's going to cost to do Hawaii the way you want to do it. All right, so the goal is we need to raise this amount of money. All right, what's the plan now? How are we going to accomplish that? So you can even get into some of the action steps, but and maybe share a past dream that you had, whether or not it came true. I wanted to be an NBA player. Well, that wasn't in the cards for me, but even though I didn't accomplish that, it helped me in a lot of other areas of my life. So it's for me as a dreamer, it's kind of a fun family meeting to have, where you're just talking about these things that could happen if we worked hard enough and pushed forward.
Thanks for joining us today. Please go and subscribe to the Family Meeting Podcast from your favorite podcast provider. And if you found this information to be helpful, please share this episode on social media and invite your friends and family to listen in with you.
To find more content and information Lysandra and I provide, you can go to our website, familymeeting.org, or send us an email, info@familymeeting.org. Or we'd love to hear from you. So tell me your dream. Leave me a voice message, 904-257-3062.
And we want to invite you to join us for our next family meeting, as we're going to share 7 habits that can lead to adultery. So this is one focused more on marriage. This was an article published by churchleaders.com, right? Is that
I believe so, yes.
Yes. So this was something that Thomas sent me several months ago, and I kind of put it on the list of upcoming episodes because it's a great article and we wanted to share it here on Family Meeting and then add in our own thoughts and ways to safeguard your marriage. We want our marriage to be adultery proof.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and I know you want that too, so let's talk about that next week.
One of the ways you could do that is by joining our Facebook group and hopping in on the 31 days, now 24 days to a better marriage.
Nice segue.
Challenge, which the other challenges are there. So you
can go back. You
can go back and you can still complete the 31.
Yep.
So jump on in, join the discussion. We're having a lot of fun with it.
I was so happy last night because I got a very good neck rub from you.
That was the challenge yesterday. Give your spouse a neck rub with no expectations. Like, it's not leading anywhere. It's just about giving a neck rub. And someone...
I think that's the first time I've ever had a neck rub that didn't lead to something else.
Well, plenty that didn't lead to something else. First one probably that I wasn't hoping led to something else.
I don't know.
And I will just say that I completed the challenge. How about you?
I did not complete the challenge. Sorry.
My neck hurts.
Let me give you a quick neck rub. There you go, babe.
Oh, that was nice. Done.
Check.
Thanks for joining us today for this family meeting. Have a great week, everybody. This meeting is adjourned. Boom. Now,
Bam.
for our YouTubers out there, 30-second hug.
Oh, I'm tired.
1,000. 2 1,000. Just kidding. That's way too long to do on camera. We're not doing that.
Honestly, by 30, I would be asleep. That was very cozy. I love you.
I love you. Interesting conversation today. Those of you watching on YouTube, what's your wildest dream? What's the craziest dream you have? If you could do anything, is it, hey, I wanna live in a cabin in the Swiss Alps.
Climb Mount Everest.
Yeah, you can do it. I've watched it. Plenty of documentaries on it. And if those people can do it, you can definitely do it. You just need a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but that's where you start setting some goals. Okay, I know it costs this much money to climb Mount Everest. What do I got to do? I got to beg, borrow, steal.
Yes. So do anything to accomplish your dreams is what
But if you're
going
to steal, make sure you steal right before you leave for the trip. So at least you can still go.
You have so much good advice. There's so much wisdom in here.
There really is. Yeah. A lot of wisdom.
It's good. I hope nobody that's watching on YouTube, I hope that everyone understands sarcasm.
Oh,
If
but
not,
it's
you're in
all right
trouble.
for you to tell people to lock their kids outside. But if I say steal money and go climb Mount Everest, I'm the bad guy suddenly.
Yeah.
At least mine doesn't have anything to do with children. You're not stealing from children, are you?
No one's stealing.
Okay, good.
Children don't have anything good to steal.
They have candy.
We totally stole some.
Taking candy from the babies.
We stole a lot of candy when our kids were little.
Yeah.
A lot. But the way that I looked at it in my mind.
It's for their own health.
Yeah, because they were too little to eat that much candy. I, on the other hand, could handle it.
Yeah. And it's like, you definitely don't cherish the good candy, so I'll eat the good candy.
Yeah.
You eat those Smarties.
Smarties. Tootsie Rolls.
Those Dum-Dums.
Yeah.
I saw an picture, an ad or something somebody posted about the Brock's Royals. Do you remember these candies? It was like a tube-shaped caramel with
Yeah.
like flavored filling.
Yeah, they're gross. I would never eat those.
Yeah, but I saw those the other day.
Yeah.
Went down memory lane and thought about
You
those.
don't like those, do you?
I liked them when I was younger, but then once again, it's little kids, so it's just candy. I would like to try them again now just to see if they were actually good or not.
Or
But
if it was just that you were a child. Yeah.
But I don't know how that happened. You got us talking about stealing
Sorry.
stuff. So
Listen, we want to let you go. We want you to have a fabulous week. Get ready for Christmas. You only have a little bit of time left. Spend time with your family. Have that family meeting. Talk about your dreams.
We're gonna
share
go-
your dreams with us.
and we're gonna go see the garage door person,
Yes.
the Fix It Man.
Yep. Fixing our garage door.
So have a great week.
Bye-bye.